everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see from the title, today is going to be a very interesting day. I'm finally going to tell you guys my labor and delivery story. Let me tell you, it was wild. So get yourself a cup of coffee, wine, soda, whatever your jam is, because this story is finna be late. It's finna be late. Okay, my name is Jamila. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based here in Nairobi, Kenya. If this is your first time, please consider subscribing, liking, and coming along with us. It's fun out here. Welcome to Jamila's TV. Let's get into it. Where do we start this story from? Okay, let's start from the very beginning. So I was supposed to give birth. I was getting closer to my due date, but there was no action, no nothing. So my OBGYN used to see me every month for antenatal, but as you get closer they reduce it to like weekly and then 3 days and things like that. So I had entered 40 weeks and no baby yet, so we're like, okay, what's going on here? So I went to see my doctor on a Tuesday, so she suggested a sweep. So I was like, sweep, okay. Keep in mind, we're already at 40 weeks here. So she was like, should we do a sweep? And I had heard from everybody, their mom and their dog, that a sweep is very painful. So I was like, how are we going to do this thing? Sweep. Okay, but I told myself that giving birth is painful. So you might as well start the pain party now. Why don't you go for a sweep if it is going to move things along? So I agreed to the sweep, but this is how I agreed. I was like, you say you're going to do a sweep? Okay, do the sweep. You are sure we need to do a sweep? She's like, I'm just offering. I'm like, okay, do the sweep. But I was like, okay, do the sweep. So she told me to lie down and take off everything, all that. Listen, if you know you are a modest person, you are squeamish about people seeing you naked, please don't get pregnant, because the whole world, the amount of times you have to open your legs for non-sexual practices is just insane. Any small thing, open leg, we want to check. I was like, no wahala, come and check. So if you don't know what a sweep is, they put their hand inside your hoo-ha and turn around like this. I was like, cuckoo, kill me. So she put her entire hand. She put her entire hand, and as she turned halfway like this, I held her hand. I was like, madam, be calming down small. This thing is painful. Oh. She was not like, okay, if you're not comfortable, I'll stop. I'm so sorry. I was like, I didn't say you should stop, but wait, let me rest small. This is so painful. Shout out to my doctor, Dr. Patricia. I love you. You're amazing. So she just allowed me to rest mine. I said, okay, come back and finish the sweep. Come back. So she came back. I tried to keep it together, so she managed to do the sweep. So she's like, if it works, in about 24 hours, labor should start. So I was like, okay. But she said if nothing happens, that she's not willing to allow me to go all the way into 42 weeks or whatever. So she gave me a note permitting them to do an induction on Monday of the next week. Keep in mind that this is a Tuesday. So we're like, okay. So I now decided that my baby is coming in another 24 hours. Let me go and do my hair. Priorities. Let me go and do my hair. So I went to the salon, I washed my hair, and I just made a simple style all the way back. So what Kenyans call lines. So that was what I did. As they were about to do the hair, I felt one very sharp pain on my leg. Like I actually screamed out like that. I was like, Hey, I thought maybe baby was coming. For where? Nothing. So after doing my hair and everything, when we got back home, I just continued. Tuesday, nothing happened. Wednesday, nothing happened. Just pregnancy, just carried my tummy about. my baby was living her best life, living her best baby girl life. She was just chilling in my tummy, zero intentions of coming out whatsoever. So I told my siblings that I've done the sweep and we have not seen anything. This is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, nothing. So my sisters were like, no, we don't want you to be induced, to just pray that something will happen before that Monday. We hope that she will come before that Monday. So we're like, okay, let's keep our fingers crossed that she will come by Monday. My mom was here. My mom was already antsy. She was like, what am I doing here? I came from Mugo. I've not seen baby yet. What is baby doing? This is time for me to do my Mugo. I'm just here. I didn't come here for a holiday. I was like, mommy, calm down. Mommy, calm down. Baby will come in her own time. Baby will come in her own time. So we chilled. We just went about our business. Then on Friday, I somehow sensed that something was going to happen that Friday. I felt it like I was going to the battlefield. So I told myself, just eat and try to rest, eat and everything. So we normally go for walks every day. So my mom was like, okay, let's go for a walk, but you are going to march like a soldier, so that you will induce labor. You know those labor inducing things that people do. They walk on top of curb, one leg up, one leg down. So my mom was like, so imagine me walking the streets of Nairobi with my big tummy and marching like a soldier like this. Bah, 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 bah. People were staring at me and laughing to themselves. I was like, I don't care of me. I'm trying to get my baby to come out of me. So we did the walk and got all the way to the mall. So we bought some things that we needed for the house, and then we came back. So we continued just doing stuff, and then a family friend came around, so we just had a good time. We were talking, and she has a son that is 4, so I normally carry the son sometimes. After some time, I told the boy, please go and sit down. I felt something, so I was like, I just tried to keep it together. I felt something. So the lady noticed. She was like, Jamila, are you okay? I was like, I'm okay, don't worry, nothing. She just told her son, oh yeah, let's go. I think something is about to happen. I was like, oh no, nothing, I'm just tired, and I'm feeling something. As I was saying that, another one started. I was like, okay. So she took her son and then they left. So the rest of the evening I was just feeling very little tinge, nothing serious. So I knew that, okay, maybe we were finally there. But I was also telling myself that maybe it's just Braxton Hicks. It's nothing serious. Nothing is going to happen, that I'm just, you read about all these things and they say that you could have false labor or false whatever. So I was just like, okay, maybe that's what it is. Then the song I was leaning on for my birth is what's the name of this song? Victory belongs to Jesus. Victory belongs to Jesus. Victory belongs to him. Forget about my singing. I know my singing is awful, but that was my song. Victory belongs to Jesus. I was singing it myself. I was playing it. I was just walking around the house. Then I ate some more. So it was getting to us like 7 p.m. By then, contractions setting proper. I was like, we have gotten to this bridge finally. God help me. I was nervous. I was excited to meet my baby, but I was like, the pain you are going to go through, I was like, God help me. God, please help me. So my mantra throughout the pregnancy is that I know it will be painful, but the pain will be like a bridge. That once I get to that, there's a time interval between getting there and crossing over to the other side with my baby. So I was just saying, God, please just take me over to the other side with my baby. The pain period will just be a tiny space in time that I have to go through, but it won't go on for days, it won't go on for weeks, it will just be that small time period. So let me just find a way to get over to the other side. So that was what I was thinking about. I was like, don't worry, you can do it. Much younger women do this. Much people give birth on planes, people give birth under the bridge, people give birth everywhere. That don't worry, you'll be strong enough to do it. I was like, God help me, God help me. So I was feeling those contractions. So I now told my husband that I think something is about to happen. We also told my mom. So my mom was like, how is it? So I kind of explained to her. They were very irregular, sometimes 10 minutes apart, sometimes 7 minutes apart, sometimes a whole 15 minutes. So it was very weird. But she was like, we should start going to the hospital. So I was like, okay, no problem, we'll go, but let me go inside first. I went inside. I started taking pictures because it seems like baby was coming, so I wanted to take bond with my tummy for the last time. So I took pictures in the bathroom. I made a short video. So after these contractions had started, seeing you, I was telling myself that maybe I should take a nap. Maybe I should take a nap so that I'll be well rested for when the proper birth starts. Please, first time moms who are so clueless sometimes. So I lay down as per people that need to rest. I'm sure the contractions were like, you think we're playing here? Will you get up from there? I was in pain, so I was like, ah. I was like, okay, get up, let me stand up. So I think I took my bath and just tried to prepare a bit. My bags were already packed, so we had to go. But before we left the house, we prayed and we kind of hoped for the best. And the evening I had spent it talking to my sisters, and just a few hours before then, so I didn't tell them that I had already started having contractions. I was just doing video calls with them, chatting with the kids, because if I had told them, they would have stayed awake all night worrying, and they're not in Nairobi, so there is nothing they would have been able to do about it. They would have just been so worried. So I didn't tell them that, oh, it's probably happening. I just had a good time with them. So we left for the hospital. I had downloaded the contraction app, but my contractions were so all over the place, 15 minutes apart, 7 minutes, maybe the next one will be 6 minutes, after that is another 15 minutes. So I was just recording on the app. So when we finally got to the hospital, there was the security guard when you go in. So the security guard, it was a lady. By then I had started having, like, they were intense, but they were a bit far apart. So when I came there, I was having one. So she was asking me in Kiswahili if I would want a wheelchair, but it sounded like kuna wheelchair, anataka kuna wheelchair. I was like, why are you asking me if I need a wheelchair? No wheelchair. I don't want wheelchair. Hapana wheelchair. Ask me why I was refusing a wheelchair. There was no reason for me to refuse a wheelchair. She was trying to help me, but I was no longer finding things funny. So I told her, please take your wheelchair and go away. Leave me alone. I will walk. For some reason, I wanted to walk. So we went to the lift upstairs. So I had come there with my mom and my husband, but due to COVID restrictions, they were going to allow just one person. So I had to leave my mom at the reception area, which was a bit painful, but my husband came in, and then I spoke to the nurse on duty. I'm like, oh, blah blah blah, my name. I gave him my insurance form and everything. He's like, is this your first time? I'm like, yes, this is my first baby, and this is what is happening, blah blah blah. So he said I should go to, they'll give you a space where you continue laboring, just a bed by the side. So he told me to just go there and keep laboring, that someone was going to come and check me. I thought he was the one that was going to check me, so I was like, okay, whatever, I don't even care. I went there, I took off my panties, and they give you something else to put on top. So they put on top, I lay down there, so he put the baby monitor and the second one, I don't know what it is, on my tummy, and then they were recording the progress and things like that. So that was where I made this short video you're about to see now. The thing kept on progressing. So after some time, they came and checked me, and I think I was just about 4 cm dilated. By then I was already in pain, so I was like, you mean there's more where that came from? Okay, well, let's continue. So the nurse checked me, the baby's heartbeat, everything was okay. So I just kept on laboring, but I had this strong urge to puke, to throw up. So I told my husband, you see that dustbin at the end there, bring it closer, because they had a plastic bag inside. So I didn't want to mess up the floor, but at least I could throw it into the dustbin. So he was like, oh, are you sure? Are you sure it's a good idea to throw up this and that? I'm like, are you okay? Nothing is a good idea anyway, but I'm telling you that I feel like throwing up. So he was like, okay, well, he brought the he brought it closer to me. Whenever contractions come, he will hold my hand and he will help me record. He was even the one recording it because I was already floating around. This went on for another 2 to 3 hours. So they finally moved me into the birthing suite. I went in there and continued laboring. Then this went on for another 4 hours. Like we just kept on going, kept on going, kept on going. Pain, pain, pain. It was getting more and more and more and more intense. I couldn't film because my mom was calling. She was worried to check on us and everything. So a doctor and a nurse, they came in, they introduced themselves. So my name is Dr. Linda and my name is, I think I can't even remember, even Dr. Linda is a fake name. So let's just say Dr. Linda and Dr. Choma. So they're like, oh, Dr. Linda and Dr. Choma, we're going to help you through the birth. I was like, thank you, my name is Jamila. Ah. So they told me, don't cry, don't shout, just concentrate on trying to labor. Don't worry, you'll be fine. This, that, you'll be okay. I was like, okay, no problem. I was tracking contractions and I was trying. Then after some time, they offered me gas. So I was like, okay, I had been watching a lot of birth YouTube videos and some of the moms use gas. So I was like, okay, let me use gas. So they gave me all. It really helps. I think you just concentrate on the gas. Forget that. Forget what I said. You'll be in pain. I was in so much pain, even with the gas. So contractions will come. I will just go through it. Then I like that at least contractions give you time to rest. So there's a small interval for you to breathe and catch your breath. So that was what we kept on doing. Then after some time, they had given me the hospital gown to wear and everything. And then they also came to do COVID test. And I had been dodging these COVID tests because I didn't want anybody to shove anything down my throat or my nose that time I was pregnant. So I had no need to do COVID test. But that night they did the COVID test for me. So I was like, okay, no problem. So they put it in, checked, and I was negative, so they told me it's okay that I could labor without my mask. I was like, thank God, because I don't even want to wear a face mask and be doing all these things. After some time, I felt a strong urge to puke. So the birthing suite has a toilet at the end, so I managed to waddle over to the toilet. As I was puking in the toilet, that was when my water decided it would be a perfect time to break. So what I heard was, bah! Oh my gosh. So I was puking and then my water broke, so things were coming out from both ends. I remember thinking to myself, look at you, a slave queen, just look at this. Nothing elegant about this process, nothing at all. Things are coming out from both ends of your body. Insane. My husband had gone to help me with the admissions and other stuff. So when he came back, he saw water everywhere. He saw puke around the toilet, so he cleaned it up and he was like, oh, sorry, I'm going through so much. I was like, I beg, wait, don't talk to me, let me labor in peace. I was like, more, the pain got even worse. So the doctor and the nurse or something, they had to leave because someone else was in more critical condition, so they left me. So it was just me and my husband, and I was breathing and doing gas and doing all that. By then I had lost it. I was in pain. I was in so much pain. So my husband was like, they said you should breathe. Don't worry, just breathe. I was like, if you don't tell me what to do, breathing is not going to. Breathing is not going to help me. Leave me alone. Don't tell me what to do. Do you know what I'm going through? I basically beat his head off. I was like, please don't explain anything to me. You don't know what I'm going through. No amount of breathing can save me from this pain. Oh God. My mom was calling, are you okay? I hope, well done. I love you. Don't worry, your baby will still be here. I was like, okay, yes, ma. Yes, ma. Don't worry. Yes, ma. So after some time, the nurse and the doctor, they finally came back. Then they put my legs up like this. It was finally about time to push because I was already feeling the pressure to push. So they came in, they were like, don't push yet, please wait for us to dress up. So they had not put on that gown yet. So I was like, you've not dressed? Why haven't you dressed up till now? You knew that I was giving birth. They were like, Jamila, sorry, Paul, sorry. So they quickly dressed up, tied everything, and then they were like, okay, push. Keep in mind, it's 3 a.m. So they were like, okay, now you can push. So by then my feet were up there. Jamila, push. Jamila, push. Yes, okay, take your time. Push. So I was like, they were like, okay, take your breath, take a deep breath, take it. They were like, Jamila, push. I was like, I was pushing with everything I had in me because I was like, baby girl, come out. I command you to come out in the mighty name of Jesus. So they were like, wait, rest. Then they were doing their hand like this up, and I didn't care that my feet were open like this for the world to see. I was like, this baby, please come out. Have mercy upon me and come out. I think I pushed about 3 times, and then she popped out like this. Bam! Is she out? So I was like, is she okay? Slay Queen didn't even cry. She didn't cry. She was just there. And then they didn't put her on me directly. So you know when you watch all these YouTube videos and some people's birth stories, they put the baby on top to bond with the mom, but my birthing process was so chaotic. When she came out, they put her on a separate bed and tried to clean me up because they had given me a cut for her to come out. So they were trying to stitch me up, clean up, put the pads, do all those things. But I was like, is she okay? My husband had gone over to the other side to check on her. He's like, don't worry, she's fine. You did well. You did amazing. Well done. She's fine. I was like, okay. If you say she's fine. So they were doing the stitching and all that, taking care of me, trying to stop all the bleeding and everything. So as soon as they finished, some other pediatrician came to check on the baby and said the baby is fine, congratulations, it's a girl. Do you know it's a girl? We're like, yeah, we know it's a girl. So they checked on her. So the doctor and the nurse, they all left. So it was just my husband and I with the baby, and she was just on the other bassinet. She wasn't really close, but I really wanted to hold her. I wanted to hold her so bad, but my husband was like, no, don't worry, she's fine. She's just apparently she was trying to lick her hands. I don't even know what she was doing, but she was okay. So after what seemed like eternity, they finally brought the baby for me. I was like, oh, my cutie potato, I love you. I just felt relief. I was overwhelmed. I was exhausted, but I was just happy she was okay. I was relieved that she was fine. So after some time, my husband went to bring my mom because she couldn't wait anymore. So she came and she met the baby. She was like, oh, congratulations, you did so well done. Oh, my grandbaby. So they brought a wheelchair. This time around, I didn't resist. I was just like, okay, no problem. I sat there with my baby. So they wheeled us to the maternity ward. So that was where I stayed and tried to rest, and it was so beautiful. I'm so thankful to God that everything went so well. I'm just so thankful. Post a little clip of the beautiful baby. So you can get to meet her as well. The nurses had cleaned her up, had dressed her up and everything. She looked so tiny in her outfit. She was really cute. So they put her in her bassinet and I tried to rest a bit. Keep in mind she was born by 4:15 a.m. So this was around 5:30, and my husband and my mom, they had been awake with me all night, so they needed to go back home, bring some food, change and all that. So they had to leave me alone with the baby, and they didn't even allow anyone to stay due to COVID, so I was just alone with my baby. And hospital gown chic. I feel really tired and in pain. I need some rest. Yeah. I couldn't sleep because as I was preparing to give birth, I had read and watched some YouTube videos and other things about babies being stolen in the hospital. So I was like, oh my gosh, now my mom is not here, my husband is not here. How will I be sleeping? That someone might steal my baby. And to make things worse, the hospital had given me a flyer. Don't allow unauthorized personnel to carry your baby. Don't allow anybody that doesn't have a name tag, blah blah blah. I was like, forget about it. There's no way I can sleep. What am I going to tell myself if after sleeping I don't see my baby? So I stayed awake. I was just there looking at her. She was sleeping. I was just there staring at her. They gave me some painkillers and other stuff, but I was just like, oh, and keep in mind it was too early. It was still about 3 a.m. in Nigeria, so I couldn't even call people because they would be asleep. So I just sent messages with her picture. She's here, so that when they wake up, it will be the first thing they would see. So I don't want to make this too long, so I'll stop here. We'll continue in another video. After the entire thing, all I can say is that women, we are superheroes. We go through so much to give birth, but I am so thankful for my baby. She's the light of my life. I love her so much. She's so beautiful, guys. I'm a mommy. I'm so happy. I'm feeling so happy, so blessed, loved, everything. If you've been watching all along, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye. See you in the next one. I hope you like my Chimamanda hairstyle.